No, I'm sorry. We've been joined by the lady from Vermont. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I come here as a new member of Congress. Was a teacher prior to that. I have 2 teenagers myself. And I know that there is nothing that matters more to us as moms, as our kids. Nothing. And so I want to start there because I know there is absolutely nothing that any of us can say to alleviate the suffering that you have been through and continue to endure with the loss of a child. Prior to coming into the committee today, I was in a hearing on the online dangers that girls and teenagers face. I have committed my life to work on the mental health crisis, the crisis of loneliness in this country, especially among teens and young people. I'm concerned about gun violence prevention. I'm concerned about solving real problems. And what's been so hard for me being on this committee is I come from my state legislature where people do sit down across the aisle. They sit down and they solve problems together. And it's been very frustrating for me when I know coming into here that this problem, this terrible problem of broken immigration, of dangers at the border, predates this Congress, predates this president. We can go back decades. This is a can that has been kicked over and over again. Now, again, there's no comfort in that for any of you. But I think what Americans need to be demanding of all of us, I don't care what party you are, what they should be demanding of all of us are real answers to these problems. Because nobody should have to bury their child because they've experienced violence. Nobody should. And so I guess I want to make a plea, honestly. We don't know who's going to be president come January. We don't know who's going to be in charge of this chamber, whether it's going to continue to be the Republicans or be the Democrats. We don't know. What we do know is that we, as members of Congress, should be working every single moment of every single day in our committees to actually get work done together. The American people deserve better from all of us. And I think what pains me the most as a parent who just sent my kids off to school again in the last 2 weeks is spending so much time worrying about the gun violence that they experience in schools. And I hear from parents all over my district that they're worried about the safety of their kids. And again, whether it is the violence at the border, whether it is a broken immigration system, whether it's gun violence prevention, I wish that we could stop the grandstanding and actually sit and do work together. That's why we're sent here. We are not sent here to serve any person running for president. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. That is not what we're here for, to talk about your guy or your gal that you want to see in that office. The American people deserve better from all of us. My family deserves better from all of us. And again, there is nothing that I can say to you who have lost your children other than to say, we need to do better. And I make my commitment to you to do my part, to work across the aisle, to stop demonizing each other, to stop demonizing Americans. And I also come to this hearing as the child of an immigrant who came here for a better life. And I never imagined that I would be in the halls of Congress as the child of an immigrant. And so I am holding many stories here as I sit here, and I'm just very deeply, deeply sorry for your loss. And I will do everything that I can in my job to make sure it doesn't happen again. I yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. The chair recognizes Mr. Hunt of Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today we have family members of victims who were murdered by illegal aliens who should not have been in this country in the first place. I want to start by saying to the victims' mothers, Ms. Ngare,